Welcome to the Sunday Rune and Card readings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you guys for, in the comments, putting up your suggestions for spontaneous readings. They are amazing. I've read some really good ideas. I haven't yet responded to everybody, but just keep them coming. It's really helpful for me to know what you would like me to do in terms of specific readings ongoing when I have a spontaneous moment and think I'm just going to do something. So I'm going to move into the weekly lunar forecast, the daily lunar forecast for the week ahead, and then we are going to dive in and look at the cards that you have to choose from this week, along with some amazing stones to help you to help guide your intuition to see which reading or readings is right for you this week. Tons and tons of love, and I will see you in a moment. This week we're going to be drawing from 3 different tarot packs, and I'm also going to draw for every reading a spirit animal guide and also an Art of Manifestation oracle card, and we'll also look at runes, charms and astrology dice for each reading if it feels right. Now this is the Mythic Tarot, and the stone that is sitting with reading number 1, we're going to use this tarot for reading 1, is actually green calcite. It's a memory stone. So very interesting. I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm just going to tell you this is a memory stone. It helps you to, it's not just about remembering, it's about what you do with your memories. I'm going to say no more than that. I just want you to sit with the energy of that. Reading number 2, we have the Lightseer's Tarot, and we have a beautiful piece of flint. Flint is a talisman, it's a protector. Reading number 3, we're going to use the Akashic Tarot, and we have the stone of carnelian. This is a real stone of courage, endurance, perseverance, resilience, very strong energy. So this is reading 1, reading 2 and reading 3, and as I said, we will draw from this beautiful spirit animal guide pack and some Art of Manifestation oracle cards as well. Sit with these cards. If you're not sure yet, press the pause button if you want to. Trust your intuition and see which reading you're guided to. And I will see you in the readings in just one moment. I will put all the timestamps in the information box below and in the comments for phone users, so you can literally click on the pile that is really reaching out to you. And of course I'll put any other links in the information box for you as well. Tons and tons of love, and see you in a moment. Welcome to reading number 1. You've chosen the Mythic Tarot. I'm going to actually throw the astrology dice for you first. Okay, you have the Sun in Libra. There's a lot of creativity, the Sun in Libra, a lot of energy, but also balance. Balance is needed. Whatever's taking place this week for you, draw on the energy of I want to say movement forwards and manifestation, making something real, getting it out there, but also doing so in a measured and balanced way. That's actually what's coming through first. Now we have this beautiful stone, green calcite, which is a memory stone. Let's cut the pack, just see what we're shown as an oracle card for you. Allow yourself to receive. One of the greatest blocks in our ability to manifest our greatest desires is an inability to allow ourselves to receive. This card asks that you take some time to identify any inner beliefs, perceptions and attitudes that stop you from receiving, and one by one remove these resistances. Okay. I'm going to draw from the tarot. Wow, we have the sun, the sun, the sun. This is a week of real creative energy and spark for you. There's something quite powerful about giving yourself permission to move forwards in something that you really, either you really want or you want to invest in. That's speaking to me as well. Both two cards have come out. So Ace of Wands, this is about moving something forwards again. Eight of Cups, but also leaving something behind. That's interesting. Again though, it's still moving forwards. Puffin, partnership. Accept yourself and your colourful personality. This is lovely. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. I think for some of you, something you might be letting go of is actually connected to your ability to receive. And it may also be letting go of something that says you have to do it all. There's something about Libra. Do you know, all my Libra friends, they're so supportive of everybody else that they often end up giving at the expense of themselves. And sometimes it means they carry more than their fair share. And I do feel for some of you, this is like, this is a week to really allow yourself to take a full ownership of what you want. Hold that course and also allow yourself to receive help in getting it. You don't have to go it alone. But I feel like there's an important decision for you to make, or something that needs to be moved forwards here. I'm going to draw more cards. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Magician. Well, the Magician's sitting under the Ace of Wands. This is really powerful. Okay, now I've turned this card over. It was the second card that came out here. Let's go with this. Right. Something needs to move forwards. The Four of Cups in this pack particularly as well, I always feel like in this pack it's a bit like Cinderella and the Ugly Sisters. It's kind of like something or somebody or a circumstance pushes you to have to take action. But actually action is needed, and there's something about collaboration here. You know, the Seven of Pentacles, I want to say, reach out and ask for help. You're not on your own with this. There's something here about embracing your confidence. You see the memory stone here. The memory stone, and it's really speaking quite loudly. The memory stone, I think, is really saying, we can understand the past, but the past is there to help us to learn, to help us to grow, so we don't do the same things again. In this instance, I feel there is something to release and let go of, something that used to an attitude or something from the past where somebody kind of stopped you from believing that you could be you. This feels for me, I really want to say, this feels for me like a week when you need to step up, embrace yourself, love yourself, allow yourself to receive, celebrate yourself. That there's quite, in the lunar energy this week as well, as we move forwards, that there's sort of a day where there's quite a lot of kind of karmic potential. You might want to go back and just have another quick look at those daily lunar updates, because there's a real karmic flavour, and sort of bang in the middle of the week, I think. I'd have to go back and have another quick look at them myself. Really just want to give my full attention to the reading. But there's something about a shift that's around you this week. And it's very powerful and it's very positive. It's, for some of you, I almost feel as though something that has previously become a bit stagnant or a bit stuck shifts and moves forwards. And there's something about renewed vitality, asking for help, getting what you want, and getting what you want in a way that starts, it's like something that the ball starts the ball rolling in something. That's what's coming through here. You'll know if that applies to you. This will be quite specific for some of you. There's something about you're going to do something or initiate something that gets the ball rolling. It starts something, but the ball rolling is creative, powerful, energetic. It's got vitality, and it sort of feels like it's right action. You're doing something that feels very right and very true to you. Let's draw some charms. Ooh, loads coming out. First of all, we have the charm of love. We also have the symbol of peace. We have the star, which, like in the tarot, is rather like, I always think, renewed hope and optimism. We have a flower, and we also have a crown. Again, for me, this is the symbol of peace, moving something forwards, finding renewed hope. I do feel like you initiate something this week, or you have an opportunity to initiate something, and within that circumstance, and it's very unique to you, but within that circumstance, whatever it is that you initiate, as I said, getting the ball rolling feels right, and it's something that I think is going to gather momentum and move forwards. It's really in alignment with who you are as a person, as an individual. And I actually think there will be people around you who celebrate and support you because of it. It's almost as if when whatever you initiate, it has wider implications than just yourself. And it's going to be appreciated. Lovely Libra energy coming in of balance, appreciation, value. Our runes. Separation, you're definitely leaving something behind. And then we have the rune of openings. I'm just going to leave it with just 2 runes. Okay, whatever it is that you initiate, I think it may also close a door to something. It may mean that you complete something, or you draw something to a close in order to initiate a new phase of something. But whatever you complete or close or walk away from, it's not only is it in alignment with who you are as a human being, it's like it resonates with your values. Not only is it a celebration of who you are, but actually also simultaneously, as I said, there are wider implications, I think, for this. And it creates some kind of a shift where something that is completely something that was happening, it's appropriate that it ends and something different now takes place. And you will see a very, very clear pathway orientating in front of you. The direction will come, the flow of energy will come, the opening will come. This is about you doing something, initiating something. And it may well be in a way that allows you to receive. It could be that you receive the accolade and appreciation and love of others for your actions. It could be that you literally physically receive some form of resources, or you put something down and there's room within you for some spark of creative genius to come through that you can then act upon. But there is something very powerful here that moves you forwards in a way that is very significant. It has a relationship to others, and it's an opening in some way that absolutely aligns almost with your very soul, your heart and your soul. Wonderful friends, thank you so much for joining me for this week's reading. I really look forward to seeing you for other readings. Do keep the ideas coming for the spontaneous ones, and I will by the end of next week be announcing the winners of my monthly prize draw. So I tend to tack that on at the end of the Sunday readings, so my aim is by next week to have drawn the winners for last month's prize draw. I'll be giving someone a free private reading and also a first signed limited edition pack of the first of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. So guys, do tune in next week if you want to see who the winners are, if you're on us in my subscriber email list. Gosh, my words are getting all muddled today. Anyway, this has got a lovely energy. It feels very spontaneous, very vibrant, very alive. Yeah, I'm really drawn to sort of almost sit with this energy for a while. Whatever you are shifting, initiating, moving forwards, ending to create a new beginning, there's a lot of energy behind you, both from others, but I think also from the universe as well. Tons and tons of love to you, and see you soon. Welcome to reading number 2. You've chosen the Light Seers Tarot and the Flint. Flint is a talisman. It's a stone of protection. Very powerful energy. So this particular piece actually came from a crop circle here in Wiltshire, where I live, here in the UK. So let's throw your astrology dice first. Okay, you have Pluto, which is the planet of rebirth, transformation, in Pisces. Pisces is, I mean, gosh, I feel like this is almost like the potential here for a spiritual rebirth. We'll see what the cards and the runes, of course, show, and the charms. There's something very powerful about transformation, rebirth around you. Let's look and see which spirit animal guide you are shown today. Black Bear Guardian. Wow, we've got the guardianship, the talisman of the Flint here, and we have the Black Bear Guardian as well. Gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love, awaken my intuition and guide me. The energy of transformation is around you in some way this week, and definitely the energy of protection and support during that process. Have your voice. This is big. Guys, this is big. Is there something that you need to say? An inability to speak out can leave us with feelings of hurt and resentment, which then create a kind of internal energetic roadblock. Voice your feelings to yourself or write them down. It is time to release the past. So there's something that you are needing. It needs to be transformed. And I feel as though it needs to be transformed through you finding your voice, whether you do a kind of a letter not to send, where you just express it, or you actually find a way of having that voice either directly to somebody, or there's something really powerful. Again, I want to say about release. Something energetically around you that is needing to be, let's say, let go of as such. Released feels better. Let's look at the cards and see what we're shown. Too many coming through there. Temperance. So you're weighing something up here and potentially needing to bring something back into balance. Okay, This is interesting. So we have two quite powerful cards here. 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Now the 10 would suggest there's something that has been weighing heavy on your mind. It may even be weighing heavy in terms of responsibilities that you're carrying, doing too much, carrying more than you ought to, or doing more than your fair share. That's the kind of flavour of this card. Sometimes it really suggests we need to delegate. The 9 of Wands is, it tends to suggest that you know the outcome you want. So there's an end goal in mind. You know the outcome you're aiming for, but at the same time, it's almost as if there's a final hurdle you have to get to it, or you've got to climb over something or establish something. Something is still either in the way, but I think it's the having your voice is really important here to get something to move forwards. Let's draw more cards. Okay, 3 of Swords. This is a healing. Something is moving forwards. It's like the healing of a broken heart. The Magician. Okay, I'm going to move these along like this. That will be good. And I'm just going to draw some runes as well, but there's something about having your voice within relationship here. We have the 2 of Cups. You know, this suggests often the beginning of a relationship or even a reconciliation of some sort. And the 3 of Swords is about healing wounds, healing a broken heart, healing something that's been damaged. Have you been carrying more than your fair share within a relationship? Are you out of balance? Do you need to weigh something up and actually start to think about how to bring things back into balance? Have you not had a voice when you really ought to? I feel like there's an energy around you that says you've been pulling your weight more than, and doing more than your fair share. And you kind of know that something needs to change and shift. I think you even know what you want the outcome to be. But it's been really quite a struggle for you to have that voice or feel that you can be heard. If anything as well, I think for some of you quite distinctly, this is the protector, the talisman energy of Flint. I think for some of you, you've possibly tried to have a voice. You've tried to speak to somebody. You've tried to negotiate. You've tried to talk to them about how you feel about your position. You've tried to be taken into account. And somehow that's fallen on deaf ears. They haven't been able to hear you. You know what you would really like, but it just hasn't been coming through. It hasn't been happening. Having your voice is really, really important, because I almost feel like there's something of you that has been suppressed, a bit squashed, a bit stifled, eroded even is a word coming through. And I want to say it's time to take back your own power. It's time to take charge of the things that you need to do to make, almost to create a situation where you can begin to look ahead. And I think some sort of resolution is possible. Even if the resolution involves an entirely new beginning, there's something about being able to establish something here. There is guardianship around you. There's protection around you here. There's whatever it is that needs to be moved forwards in order to bring something back into balance, or even to create the new. There's a lot of support around you in this. Lovely. This is the rune of possessions, of nourishment. It's the rune of ambition satisfied. I think you have to nourish the ground for your own deliverance. You have to nurture yourself. This is ambition satisfied, which means you can look ahead and think about what you really want. Particularly within relationship, it's almost as if, I think, and this will be a clear message for some of you, you'll know if this is resonating with you particularly. For some of you, maybe you haven't been able to believe that a relationship of genuine balance and harmony and even equality, I would use the word, would be possible. Actually it is, and I think that may also be what you're aspiring to. But this also suggests, this rune, of unexpected surprises, rewards, gains. So something moves forwards here, I think. We have the blank rune. This is an infinite space of possibility. It's both an ending and a beginning. It's like a pregnant pause. It's that moment in between. We have the rune of harvest. I'm actually going to leave those runes just at that. Now the rune of harvest is exactly that. It's a rune of promise. It's a fruitful rune, a fruit-bearing rune. What it also says is that you have to invest in something to make it grow. You have to invest in something to make it happen. Various messages are coming through here, so I'll try and sift through those a little and focus on them because they're sort of a little more specific. So first of all, if you have been damaged in love and you've met someone that you like, but you're perhaps afraid due to insecurities of reaching out, do please reach out, have your voice. It's actually time to let the past go and to actually reach out and kind of let someone know how you feel. There is the real potential here. You know, this is about you investing in what you really, really want and being prepared to commit to that investment. For others, there's a situation, just coming back to that, my apologies, but I just need to, there's another just reiterating here with this card, the Ten of Wands. If that situation I've just spoken of is resonating with you, I think you've been overburdened by experiences of the past when you didn't feel protected and you were vulnerable and taken advantage of, and it's almost as if you're fearful of believing that it's worth reaching out to someone even if you really like them. And this is suggesting that it is worth reaching out. You need to invest, nourish the ground for your own deliverance, invest in the beginning that you wish to see and invest in the future that you wish to grow. The harvest rune is a rune of promise. For others, you're in a situation, I think, where you've been and are feeling very overloaded, very out of balance. The guardianship around you is saying, look, it's time to move from this place of hurt and erosion. Have that voice. Start to take charge of your own destiny. Look ahead and really focus in terms of manifestation on the kind of relationships, I'm going to say, that you wish to bring into your life and to manifest. You know, the kind of equality, the relationships that are a mutuality of both giving and receiving. It's really coming through strongly here. And allow yourself to delegate if you're overburdened. Now the first rune, we have the rune, it's a little walking stick. It also looks like one of those sort of like Christmas candy bars, I always think. Oh wow, we then have a spiral. And then we have a lizard. Okay, this is really interesting. So I think for me, when the walking stick charm comes through, sometimes it is talking about the protection of people who are walking alongside you in order to protect. And I think there is a clear message here. There's the spiral of life. You are on an ever emerging, evolving pathway of growth. The lizard is the energy of Lizard is about entering the dream time and allowing yourself to believe in what you really desire within your relationships, whether it's friendships, family relationships, partnerships, business partnerships, intimate partnerships. There's something about truly allowing yourself to believe that this is possible. In this instance, I do feel the cane has a double meaning. I think there's something about the candy. It's like being able to have your sweets, have the thing you most want. The spiral of life is emerging and evolving. You are in a space of movement, of transition. There is protection around you. You are being asked to dream, to trust, and to believe in your dreams. Wonderful friends, I'm going to wrap that up now, I think. Thank you so much for joining me. Following next week's readings, I will be announcing the winners of my monthly prize draw. I will be giving away a free private reading, a first signed limited edition pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. If you're not yet in that monthly prize draw, I'll put the link to our subscriber email list in the information box below, and it is a subscriber offer. And guys, if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of this really wonderful community. You guys are just awesome. You know, just huge respect, your comments, your shares. I mean, wow, it's just listening to your own insights and wisdom is just absolutely wonderful and inspirational. So thank you for being a part of this amazing community. Tons and tons of love to you. Welcome to reading number 3. You've chosen the Akashic Tarot and the beautiful carnelian, which is a stone of strength, of courage, perseverance, resilience. You know, it gets you to the finish line, I always think, carnelian. Let's throw the astrology dice for you. Okay, so you have the North Node in Aquarius. So this has got a real karmic feel to it. Isn't that interesting that we're looking at the Akashic Tarot, which of course really helps us to see and understand something of our karmic pathway and our karmic destiny at any given time. So wow, the North Node in Aquarius. What's happening karmically around you at this moment? Now your spirit animal guide is Puffin, partnership. This came out in reading number 1. That's really interesting. I wonder if any of you guys have actually tuned into reading number 1 as well. Accept yourself and your colourful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. Don't wobble. I love this card. Are you having a wobble? Whether a minor one or a major one, this is completely understandable. You're facing some tough choices, but deep inside yourself, you know what you need to do. This card is here to validate your deeper knowing and the decisions that you are making. As you move forwards, your anxiety will ease and you will refine your balance. This suggests that you're on track. And again, connecting with the resilience and the energy of carnelian, I just want to say, wow, carnelian sees you through to the finish line. It's an amazing stone to carry when you are undergoing exactly this, a wobble. Okay. So there's something about, again, there's a karmic feel to your choices. Now we have the One of Keys, the Architect, but it came out in reverse. These cards have a very distinct reverse meaning. This has come up. Oh, okay, this is really clear. Let's move our carnelian along a little bit because I want to get a third card in here. I think this is our card, yeah. King of Scrolls. Right. Now the Architect speaks of you being the master of your own grand design. You're actually building something. I'm going to show it to you in the upright position. You're actually building something, you're constructing something, you're working on something significant here. This for me would suggest this is slightly more to do with your calling or your career, this reading, or some aspect of creative endeavour, some project. Feels more like a working kind of reading. There are choices around you. What you're building is quite a grand design. It's almost as if you're not quite sure which road to take. There's more than one pathway, more than one way of approaching this, more than one way of building it. What this reading is saying is you don't yet have all the information you need to know how to move forwards. But I think it's going to come to you. And when it does, it may well be someone that brings you the information you need. The King of Scrolls is someone who ultimately has the energy of someone who can help. And this kind of person, this kind of energy is the sort of person that would, they could be an agent or a publisher, let's say, if you are writing a book. It's someone professional who can actually assist you in your career pathway. It's someone who might give you the indication you need or the support you need to get clear about the grand design or the best way to approach it. So there's decision making around you. What I feel is it's quite a big decision. It has sort of karmic implications. It is almost as if you had two book ideas, we use the book writing as an analogy. If you had two book ideas and you're not sure which one to go for first, I think you don't yet have enough information to make a clear decision, but I think that someone will come along and assist you in that. What is really important, again, it's really interesting, let your community nourish and protect you, ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. There's something that you're wanting to bring forth here that is very unique to you. That's coming across really clearly. Your karmic pathway, the North Node in Aquarius. And I think it might be slightly, for some of you, I won't say out of the box, but it possibly takes you into the realm of a direction that is either new to you, something you've always wanted to do, but it might feel a bit risky to make that choice to embrace it. The Akashic Library, the waterfall, it's in reverse. Okay. We have the Akashic Library, the waterfall in reverse, Archangel Raphael. This is really interesting because Archangel Raphael is an archangel whose energy sometimes comes to us in the form of a real person. So again, King of Scrolls, I think someone's going to come along and give you the information you need in order to know how to move forwards with clarity. Again, in Crescent Moon, Six of Keys, this is a card that's about work. It's about creating something. It's actually also a validation of abundance. So yes, there's work to be done, but it's suggesting that whatever you're working on, it's going to be an abundant project. The Akashic Library is saying you are in a space and time karmically where there's like an accelerated growth of your own position and your own pathway and your own calling and your own direction, and you're going to be lifted and you can change this is a time you can physically, psychically, psychologically, emotionally, you can change your own pathway. You can initiate things, you can change your karmic pathway and your karmic direction. The Six of Forces, the waterfall. Very interesting that these two cards are in reverse. The Architect. You're the master of your own grand design, and yet you don't quite have the information you need. The Six of Forces is actually saying, look, you are an incredible power. You have incredible power at your fingertips, and it's time to use it. When it's in reverse, again, it's suggesting that maybe you're not quite confident in yourself about moving something forwards. But I think someone is going to come along and give you, they're either going to open a doorway or they're going to give you something that will help you to see exactly the direction that you need to go in. So be very conscious of signs and synchronicities, and ultimately be yourself here. Your runes, look at this, signs, signals, synchronicities. Do you know, I was about to say pay attention to signs, signals, synchronicities, because you could be shown something. I think the Akashic Library as well sometimes suggests that if you were to open a book randomly, there'll be some information in that book that will help you to know the pathway forwards. Somebody may give you a book. Somebody may just randomly give you a book or send you a book. If they do, that book is an indication of the direction, the clarity of direction that you need to move forwards in next. Signs, signals, synchronicities, pay attention. Separation. You may have to let go of something in order to move forwards. You may have to separate from something. This is a rune of gain, almost. It's like, I would say, through almost like when I say an inheritance, it's like when you let go of something, there is space for something new to come in. So I suspect there's more than one direction available to you here. And that's part of the wobble. There's more than one choice available to you. You don't yet have all the information. This is actually very clear, but it's going to come to you. You'll be shown, and that means you let go of a direction, one of your choices, and you may even have more than one choice. I think the clear choice ahead will be shown to you. I don't know if this means that you will entirely let go of something. It's just that maybe the timing isn't actually quite right yet for the choice you're making. This is really interesting because I've been doing these I've just started doing additional spontaneous readings. If you want to get a notification of them when you are, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, as soon as I upload them, they should come into your stream. But one of the things that was coming through in my own sort of meditations around what to do was about, when we've got more than one choice available to us, guidance on how those two different choices might pan out, so that we can, gauge, get the information we need in order to be able to clearly make a choice. I feel like you're not necessarily completely letting go of something here. It's just that something might need to get parked. For some of you, there is a clear letting go. Some of those choices are not right. You need to make a clear decision. But for others, I think it may just be that you have to shelve something and give your full focus to one particular project or direction. Partnership. Okay. The rune of partnership, this sometimes speaks of intimate relationships. It also speaks of business partnerships. So does the King of Scrolls. It's not gender specific, but somebody could be coming into your world who's going to help you with this. Someone coming forward, offering you that opportunity to work in collaboration that will allow you to see clearly the direction forwards. Truly, if a sign or a signal comes forth, really pay attention to it. We have lovely, look at this, we have the charms of love and the charms of two swans coming together. Now, this is the shape that swans naturally make in partnership together. I want to say this is a really harmonious, the partnership potential for someone to come into your world and work with you is very powerful. It's rooted in what I would call the higher energy of love. It's like you have purpose together. And this could be a relationship of significant duration. Swan's mate for life. Now, I found myself really feeling this was very much a reading of career pathway, calling. If for some of you this indicates an aspect of someone coming into your life from an intimate partnership perspective, there's work for you to do together. You're coming together with purpose, longevity, and there will be a karmic purpose to your meeting, and a karmic purpose within your sort of collaborative contribution. There's work to do together, basically. Wonderful, friends. I'm going to wrap up this reading. It's been an absolute joy to do this. This feels very powerfully karmic, and as if there is real opportunity around you, and it's about you being you as well, which is glorious. A real celebration of who you actually are in your real, true uniqueness. So I'm going to wrap this up. Guys, if you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, do subscribe, press the little bell icon. Next week, I will put up the winners of last month's draw. I have a subscriber draw every month. The link to the subscriber email is in the information box below. I will be giving away a pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards and a free private reading. So if you're on that email list, do watch out for next week's Sunday readings, because I will put a video on at the end of it announcing the winners. Tons and tons of love to you guys. Have an amazing week.